armored bus made in Canada in order to tell you you should buy a Prius. I mean, it's truly one of the more amazing moments in American history. But I'm delighted to be here. And here's the fundamental difference in the two teams. The other team would show up here, and if you weren't a donor to them, they would try to figure out how to get you out of this. We think every American of every background in every neighborhood should have the dream that their children and their grandchildren can do as well as they're capable by working hard, learning, growing, and being part of America, and that the right to pursue happiness is not defined by politicians. So, it's really a great view, by the way, looking down there. They described this as the overflow crowd. I started down there, and I thought I was doing very well until one of them said, no, the big crowd's up here. So let me just say a couple of quick things that Callista and I are grateful for. I want to say one thing about Callista's near future. Because we believe so much in American exceptionalism, she has a book coming out at the end of September called Sweet Land of Liberty, which is a children's introduction to American history for 5 to 8-year-olds, which involves Ellis the elephant taking them through key moments in American history. And I've watched her for about 6 months wrestle with this because it's illustrated and it's rhymes and all sorts of things I don't do. And when you see Ellis riding on the Wright brothers airplane, or you see Ellis in an astronaut's outfit on the moon, you just realize that first graders are going to have a whole new interest in American history by the time he's done. And we actually have an Ellis costume. And so presently she's going to go to bookstores, read to the children, and they each get to get their picture made with Ellis to try to get first graders involved in American history. Since the schools now do such a dismal job of teaching about America, we thought we would try to intervene and do our part. This campaign is very simple, and I want to talk backwards from the final round. We are running in large part because we believe we're in real trouble. And Callista and I talked about this for over a year. And we believe that we do not want to ask you to be for us. Because if you're for us, you're going to vote, go home, and say, I sure hope he fixes it. I want to ask you to be with us. Because we're going to need your help every day for 8 years. We're going to need your help with the Congress, the state legislature, the governor, the city council. We're going to need your help because if we shrink the Washington bureaucracy by implementing the 10th Amendment, we have to grow citizens to fill the vacuum. So this is, I believe, the most serious election since 1860. We're going to decide whether America remains an exceptional nation with an unlimited future in which we are citizens, not subjects, and in which the politicians serve the people don't serve the politicians. Now, I am fully prepared to spend every waking hour of my life making sure that our children and grandchildren inherit a country as free, as safe, and as prosperous as our parents and grandparents worked and fought to give us. But I want to be very clear. We need your help. This is a genuine outside insurgency. Even though I've been Speaker of the House, I have always been outside the Washington establishment. When I worked with Reagan and the Reagan team in 1979-1980, we were taking on the Washington establishment. When we passed the Reagan Recovery Program, we were taking on the Washington establishment. When we defeated the Soviet Empire, we were taking on the Washington establishment. When we designed the contract with America, we were taking on the Washington establishment. And candidly, the Washington establishment in both parties understands that. Which is why in June and July, on both parties, there are people on TV saying, well, Gingrich is gone. So the first thing I'd like you all to be able to do is say to them, no, you were with us on September 1st, and I'm still here. So they're just plain wrong. But for us to win, we have to have a grassroots campaign of enormous proportions, which is why I'm going to ask all of you to go to my first name, Newt.org, sign up, email and Facebook all of your friends, tweet your friends if you use Twitter, whatever your techniques are, maximize across the country the number of people you tell you are here tonight and ask them to go to newt.org. And I want to remind you, while this is going to be a very tough state to carry next year, not an impossible state. You stay at 9% unemployment or go up, and there's not a state in the country that is safe for Barack Obama if he doesn't fix this economy. And since he believes in class warfare and bureaucratic socialism, I don't believe he can fix this economy. So I'm going to compete in 50 states and DC just to drive him crazy. And to say to him, no, this is, every state in America is open because this is a red, white, and blue country, and every state in America potentially can vote for somebody who has common sense and a record of getting things done. And in 1980, Ronald Reagan carried more states against Jimmy Carter than Franklin Delano Roosevelt carried against Herbert Hoover. So don't underestimate the potential that everything could change. But in the short run, there's something else. We're going to come back to all of you if you'll sign up at newt.org. We're going to need your help to carry the Illinois delegation for the nomination. This state will be very important. There are no blue states in a convention. We need every state, and we need your help in organizing Illinois. With your help, I believe we can turn the country around. With your help, we're going to take on the most effective food stamp president in history, and we're going to replace him with the most effective paycheck president in history, and that's my commitment. I'm going to leave all of you with one factoid to go home and tell your friends, because it explains it all in one factoid. If you take the peak of the Obama unemployment rate and the peak of the Reagan unemployment rate, remember, Reagan inherits from Carter an economy that is sliding into a deep, deep recession. As of today, when we created no new jobs and we were stuck at literally zero new jobs, stuck at 9.3% unemployment. The Reagan recovery from its peak, as of today, would have put 3.7 million Americans back to work. That is, if Obama had simply given up on class warfare and given up on bureaucratic socialism and accepted the Reagan game plan, 3,700,000 workers would be at work today, paying taxes, not getting food stamps, not getting welfare, not getting Medicaid, not getting unemployment. The number actually goes up every month from here on. And every month when we get the unemployment number, we're going to release that month's Reagan achievement. And we're going to draw the contrast between what good policies do to create jobs in a free enterprise system and what bad policies do to kill jobs. And I think the gap between Reagan and Obama is going to become a crushing burden for him to try to explain why it's okay to fail. My last comment to you all is, Reagan in 1984 runs for re-election. One of his slogans is, leadership that is working. Now, I don't think Obama's going to adopt leadership that is failing, but if you saw his email, I think the day before yesterday, which I got because I signed up for it, he wrote me an email entitled Frustrated. And he talked about how frustrated he was. And one of our folks, Michelle Selesky, emailed me immediately and said, does he have any idea how frustrated 14 million unemployed Americans are? So, I personally don't believe a re-election slogan, vote for me, I'm really frustrated too, is going to work. With your help, we'll get to the debates in October of next year. At the debates, we'll make clear to the country the choice between paychecks and food stamps. As the country understands that, every state in the United States will be in play. It'll be a fabulous election night. It'll be worth your effort. But have all of your friends go to newt.org and sign up. We need you. This campaign is now fully underway. And again, I really, really want to say to our host and hostess and to their entire family and to their neighborhoods, it's amazing how many people they had feeding us tonight. Thank you all very, very much.